Welcome back in one of the Bear Struggle Plays YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, November 14th, and I'm back. We're breaking down some NBA for the Thursday night slate. The NBA has gifted us one game only. The Mavericks going up against the Utah Jazz. Going to have my game pick and then a double player prop breakdown for that game. But first, let's take a look at the Wednesday night plays. We have the Cavs minus 9.5, currently 60-59 in the third quarter. Kelly Oubre's playing all right. I think he finished with 11 points in the first half. Could be wrong on that, but Jared McCain, TikTok boy, he is lights out from three right now. It's a 1-point game, but the 76ers, they really can't miss. So, Cavs are still up by 1 point. I'm not too worried about it. Still feeling pretty good with the minus 9.5. I think they closed at minus 11. We have the Lakers tonight, minus 6.5. No Ja, no Desmond. Marcus Smart is going to play. It looks like LeBron James over 23.5 is what it came out at. And then Kelly Oubre over 17.5 points is what that one came out at. Not 14.5, 17.5. You could have played the plus 20 on FanDuel at like plus 160, but that's probably going to be a little harder than the 17.5. So right now, 0-0 around. The Cavs have some work to do, but we're going to be looking at this game between the Mavericks and the Utah Jazz. Thursday night basketball. Everybody's on a day of rest apparently besides these two teams. I did look it up. No holiday. I'm assuming it's because we had the stage NBA Cup games. Maybe the schedule, they decided to just do this for some reason to give all the teams a break except these two teams, which seems a little bit unfair. But I think it's going to be a beatdown. The Dallas Mavericks coming off back-to-back brutal losses. I think the Dallas Mavericks are one of the best teams in the NBA. They should have a winning record, but they have 5 wins, 6 losses on the season. If you go back and look at these games, they played the Phoenix Suns. They lost that game to the referees. It was a tie game. They called a foul with 1 second left. They made a free throw. The Suns did to win the game. They lost to the Nuggets by a 2-point jumper. Michael Porter Jr., 6 seconds left, game winner in that one. Then finally, going up against the Warriors, up almost double digits with Klay Thompson return. Steph Curry comes in, 6 minutes left. He does his thing. The best shooter in basketball, the best shooter in NBA history, puts him to sleep. Puts everybody to sleep, Steph Curry does. And, the Warriors came back and beat the Mavericks by 3 points. So you can take a look at the records if you want. This Dallas Mavericks team is easily a top 5 team in my book in the NBA. The standings don't mean anything right now. They're going to kick the shit out of this Utah Jazz team. This might be the angriest team in the NBA, having 3 consecutive games, losing in that fashion. Luka's playing well. Kyrie's playing well. Klay Thompson coming off that 22-point game. I think they're going to be all out in the third quarter. The Utah Jazz, they really haven't been competitive this year. They have 2 wins so far, but the majority of their games, they've been blowouts by double-digit points. I don't know what the line is going to be in this game, but if we're getting the Dallas Mavericks under 10 anything, it might be a 2-unit play for me on a Thursday night. I'd expect this line to be somewhere in the double digits, honestly, but if we get this under 10 points, sign me up. Sign me up times 2. I'm going to make it a 2-unit play if it's under 10. The Mavericks going to win this game by 20-plus points. I don't see any other way. Give you the Mavs here against the spread as the play. Let's go look at some player props. We are going to be taking one of the best players in basketball. Probably a top 2 player is going to be the play because the Mavericks, I think, just going to blow them out here. Even if the Mavericks do blow them out, there's still a chance that Luka goes over this number because he's just been so good. But the way Kyrie Irving played in that game against the Warriors, the way Klay Thompson played in that game against the Warriors, both those guys shooting well from the field. I think they continue doing that in this game. I do think they're going to continue to shoot well, like I just said, but everybody on this Mavericks team is going to shoot well because the Utah Jazz defensively, they're one of the worst teams in the NBA. They are not good inside. They're not good outside. If you want to take a player prop for Luka, go over his assists. He didn't have a very good game dishing the ball out against the Warriors. He had to score a lot to get them to come back in the third quarter, but this is a game that there should be a lot of open players in the Mavericks, and the Jazz, they're not going to play defense. Typically, this would be a pretty easy number for Luka to go over. In a blowout factor, though, you got to take the under. Give me the under 31.5 as the play. And for the final play of the day, we're looking at John Collins of the Utah Jazz to go over total points going up against the Mavs. This is the second season for John Collins with the Utah Jazz. He's averaging 17.1 points per game. He's shooting 50% from the field once again this season and 37% from deep. John Collins, as a power forward / small forward, I guess you can call him, he hasn't shot under 50% any year so far in the NBA since coming in 2017. That's pretty impressive. He's playing well again this season, one of the better players on the squad, and he was used a ton against the Suns. He shot 19 times. He scored 29 points, having another double-double in the season. If the Utah Jazz do stick around in this game, I do expect it to be at the hands of John Collins having another massive game just like he did against the Suns. But I really think if he gives us 15-plus points in this one, it's still going to be a blowout. John Collins has scored 15-plus points in 4 of the last 5 games, being very efficient from the field, and he's starting to get himself a little bit of a jump shot, a little bit of an outside shot, and that's something he definitely needs to work at. This day and age in the NBA, if you're a bigger man and you don't have a 3-point shot, your career is kind of slipping through your fingers, right? Because you need to have a 3-point shot if you're a 4 or a 5, unless you're an absolute dominant big man. John Collins didn't make 3 of his 6 3-point attempts last game. Maybe he does that again in this game, but I just don't know if it's going to matter with the overall impact of this game. John Collins can get his, but the Mavericks still win by 20-plus points. Give me John Collins over his total points. That's the final play. Let's go over the recap graphic. I forgot to add John Collins in here, but we're going to go with the Mavericks against the spread. Anything under 10, 2-unit play. Anything under 10, 2-unit play. Anything under 10, 2-unit play. Luka Doncic, under 31.5 points, then John Collins over whatever it's going to come out at, probably 15.5, maybe 16.5 as the final player prop of the day. Guys, that's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Thursday, November 14th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.